Guess who's back?
You're now listening to Unapologetic, the podcast, with your two hosts, Trey and Reg, discussing any and everything unfiltered.
What up, everybody? Y'all know who it is. It's Unapologetic, the podcast. Dre, Reg, we are back giving you another weekly episode. Let me get us some applause, all that good stuff. What up with you, my guy?
Man, cooling dog. You already know what it is to be, man. You know, another work week down. Really wasn't too much going on during the week. I mean, I had some business to take care of, you know, that we talked about earlier and before we started. Did that. Other than that, man, you know, great week to get Tar Heel. But we'll get into that. We'll get into that a little later.
Fucking right.
But you know, had a good time over the weekend at home, man. You know, you and I got together, man. Was able to rock out a little bit, man. Saw some fam, dog. You know, some quality time there, man. So all in all, outside of, you know, other bullshit, man. Off of that high this weekend. I mean, luckily, it was able to trickle down all week, man. And I'm just thankful for it, bro. What's up with you?
The same. I'm just chilling, dog. I'm getting myself mentally prepared to, like we said, I just told you, make this trip, go see my daughter and the grandbabies, and you know, just prepping myself. I need to pack and do all that shit too, man. But I mean, that's it. I don't really, you know, this month went by fast.
Man,
I can't even believe it's already. Well, it's the 20th. We still got another week and a half, I guess. But like, seems like this month just started. So, but I mean, outside of that, nothing else, man. I'm, you know, chilling, living the retired life. We'll get into the other parts a little later, you know, once we get into our football talk. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, you know what? Fuck it, man. Let's go ahead and get to it. All right, so for those that don't know, me and Dre linked up. We went went to the beautiful state of North Carolina. And watched. Well, we went to Chapel Hill and got a chance to watch the Tar Heels play again. This week they hosted Miami Hurricanes, and it's like the last 4 times. They got their ass handed to them. So yeah, that's how the weekend went, basically for us. You know, and that's why we on this high. We are now ranked number 10 in the nation.
Man, round of applause for that shit.
You know what? Yeah.
Round of applause for that.
What they said, 96 was the last time we was ranked this high? I think
when it came when it came down to a regular season. I mean, the whole COVID stuff, we were ranked pretty high, but don't really count.
They said Jeff Saturday was on that team.
Yeah.
That's how long ago. Jeff Saturday. But yeah, let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about the game.
Yeah, well, I think first off, man, the atmosphere was nuts. You know what I mean? The atmosphere was nuts. You know, it started off slow, obviously, because the team started off slow. But once the team got that thing going, man, you know, Keenan was rocking.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
And I just had a good time, man. Good time, you know, seeing people, you know, all in one place, man, you know, regardless of race, you know, there to support the same thing, man. There was definitely a family atmosphere in there.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it. Now, the performance, as I said, we started off slow, but my hat is off to the Tar Heels and what they've done so far. And, you know, just making all the right plays when they count.
Yes.
And that doesn't go unnoticed, man. Like, they are making the right plays when it counts. And they capitalize on it. And that's how we beat people.
Absolutely.
That's how we beat people. Tez big game.
I was just about to ask you, what about Tez? How about Tez?
And for him to explode like he did, bro.
Yeah.
And made it look effortless.
Mm-hmm.
Made it look effortless. And now I told you in the game, well, I told you before the game, I said we're gonna be all right passing wise. Yes, they have the athletes, however, they can't run zone.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, I told you that.
Yeah.
They can't run zone. And you put Drake May, you can put me and you on the field.
Mm-hmm.
You give Drake one-on-one, he's going to make a way. And it just so happened that he made a way with, a very, very, very talented receiving corps. That's probably underrated.
Yeah, I believe so. Because McCullum didn't even get off.
He did not.
Very, very quiet day.
AJ Jones did not get off.
Right. Yeah.
Nesbitt did not get off.
Nope.
So I mean, and let's just call it what it is. So they did very, very good, man. The defense handled their business.
Mm-hmm.
When it counted again, and
that's the big difference this year.
Ooh, a huge difference. That is the X factor, honestly. Tackling, I would say tackling. Because I can remember last year, and not to get off track, but I can remember last year how, my stomach might start cringing if someone caught a ball in open field against us or with a one-on-one with us. Like, guaranteed, the odds were that whoever it was is going to miss that person.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have a lot of that this year. So very, very physical, very strong, man. I like how gritty we are. Very, very strong. Very strong and willing to get in there and punch you around, smack you around. Love it.
Real quick, well, since we talking about sports, they just announced breaking news that a wrongful death lawsuit is being filed against Brandon Miller. Yep. Police testified in February that Miller was at the scene of the fatal shooting. The gun used was found in his car. So they are filing a wrongful death suit against this young man, which we know what that is about. That's a money grab because he's in the league right now.
Number two, picking up.
Yeah. But back to the Tar Heels, man. So same thing I've been saying for the last 5, 6 weeks, 7 weeks. Because the bye week, but and I'm glad that I can keep saying it. Our performance, like, we get better every week. It seems like every week it gets better. So I mean that's we haven't had that week to where it's like, damn, like we had an off, which the off day is gonna come. Hopefully it ain't a whole off day. Maybe we just look bad for a little bit and we pick it right back up. But we have looked good and it just progressively got better every week so far. But yes, that atmosphere, I don't see how people don't fuck with college sports like that. Like they'll tell you all pros is better. Like, listen, going into a college town, an arena, a stadium, whatever, and just being in that college environment, like that shit's different. Like the pros don't compare. It don't compare.
I don't think so either.
No,
I don't think so
because
either.
of the crowd participation, I mean the chants, everything, like it's just electric, like I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how people like, I just don't fuck with college like that. I like, all right, whatever. But I am so impressed with our team, the performance against Miami, even though we left the game with about 5 minutes left. We was up by damn near, what was it, 17 or 21, something like that.
It was 17.
Yeah.
It was 17. I mean, but in all actuality, think about what that is. That could possibly be, them throwing some prayers down the field and us handing the ball off 3 or 4 times. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
Yeah.
We saw what we needed to see.
Oh yeah. We saw.
We knew the game in hand.
Well
in hand, and it is what it is, man. Hats off to what's his name, Van Dyke, their quarterback.
Yeah,
he said it. We talked about it before the game, and we damn sure talked about it after the game.
Mm-hmm.
He has the recipe to tear Carolina ass up, and he did that. He did. He played a damn good game.
You're right. You're right about that.
But it just wasn't enough.
Right. Not enough. Not enough. And we like you said, once we got rolling, we took off on them.
And, no question.
You know, so I'm thoroughly pleased about that. Let me ask you this question.
Yes, sir.
All right, so every year is always one. I always say it. Like, and I was thinking about this earlier. Like last year for me, it was TCU. Another year was Cincinnati. And I was looking at them teams, and of course it's gonna be different because it's my Tar Heels. But I'm looking at those teams. I'm just like, they ain't playing nobody. Yeah, they look good because they ain't playing nobody. Look at this schedule, blah, blah, blah. So is it just because we're Tar Heel fans? Or this team?
Go ahead. Okay. So to the rest of the country, we will fall into that bracket of what you just described.
Okay.
We will. We do. We do. It is what it is. We do. Are we going to be? Is there some bias there? Of course it is. We're fans. We're enjoying it, but also too, it wasn't like. Well, I won't even say that because honestly, I was up in the air about how we would be this year.
Right.
So we lost, but I did have some optimism when it came down to Drake having multiple receivers because I knew he had the receiving core, but I also knew that he had a safety blanket and Josh Dowd last year. But anyway, not to get off track. To the rest of the country, because I read a lot of the blogs and stuff like that. That's what they're saying. That's what the consensus is. The consensus is they're not playing anybody. Dog, we played 5 Power 5 teams and beat them all by double digits.
Yeah, we're the only team in the nation that did that.
So now, granted, we're gonna play Virginia tomorrow. We'll play Georgia Tech after that, and we know how Georgia Tech plays us. So, I mean, these next 2 games, they shouldn't be challenges, but I think from a psychological standpoint, they might be challenges. Might be.
Got you.
But if we get up out of these things, we get up out of these 2 games, 8-0, I think we play a Campbell or some shit like that, and then we get into the meeting of our schedule, where the last 4 games, shits matter.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
That's when you can get caught with your pants down.
That's when you can. But at the same time, I don't know if I feel like this team will do that. I think that being in a position that we were last year, and just plummeting after the Georgia Tech game.
Right.
I think they learned from that. And I watch a lot of the stuff about the team, and that's what they're talking about. You know what I mean? Keep grinding, man. Keep your nose to the gravel. Something that I like to say. Keep your nose to the gravel, and it seems to be that's what it is. They're hungry, and I feel like they were embarrassed, and I feel like they feel as though the ACC is theirs.
This has been probably for the longest, like for me, a long time. This hasn't happened. It seems like there's no clear favorite
in the ACC.
No, just in the country. Yeah, in the country, I feel like everybody can.
I think it's wide open. Wide open.
I think that plays in our favor a lot because I don't, like I said, I don't see a clear favorite. Nobody has looked like last year. Georgia was consistently good. Like you could look at Georgia and it's like, listen, they gonna run the table.
Yeah.
Before it was a flip up between Georgia and Alabama. Like you knew automatically it was gonna be one of them 2 in the national championship. And for the last, years and years of Alabama before that, and, all them years, it's just, you looked at it, you was like, okay, I already know who gonna win this shit. It's no secret. This year, it's not that clear.
I agree.
Not that
I agree,
clear.
man.
I think because I mean, you look at it. I mean, if you Notre Dame looked like a damn title contender last week, but the week before that, they didn't look like that against Louisville. Then the week before that, you know what I'm saying? The week before that, they looked good. And then the week before that, they didn't look like that against Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? Florida State looks like.
No. I'm going to stop you there.
Because
Duke had them.
Yeah, Duke had them. Duke should have. Yeah, that's what Duke should have.
Duke had them.
But then Florida State, the same way. Florida State had a game against Clemson that they should have lost. You know?
Yeah.
Georgia barely. Yeah. Georgia had problems with the Gamecocks. We gave the Gamecocks a nice little thrashing. You know? Alabama already lost one. And they looked terrible last week against Arkansas. You know? Oregon's loss. I mean, I think it's wide open. It's wide open.
I think so, man. I think so. And I think I feel like if we handle business in our conference, we can hang with anybody.
Yeah.
I honestly believe that. If we handle business in our conference, with Florida State, they go down, that Duke goes down there tomorrow and plays. We'll see how that goes. If we handle business, it's a tough gauntlet, man. We got a tough stretch.
Yeah.
The last 4 games, very, very tough, very tough stretch. Outside of whether or not the teams are ranked or not, people that pay attention to the ACC, they know. So if we can get through this thing, man, I don't know, Riz.
Listen, I'll be ready to purchase my ticket.
Yeah.
I'll be ready to purchase my ticket.
Don't even ask me.
As long as we don't get too far ahead of ourselves, get the big head, because I felt like we got like that last year when we got to Charlotte for the ACC championship.
Good grief.
You know how that went.
Good grief. Good grief. Good grief.
Wow. Yeah, we're not gonna too much on that. But
yeah. But I will say this before we close out of get off of it. As a fan, are you on the edge of your seat every week?
With excitement or just like because I'm like, oh, like we gotta.
Is every game, is it a sense of urgency? That's what I mean. Every game.
No. I feel like confident. I feel more confident. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like because even with the slow starts now, I'm like, you know what? Second quarter, we're gonna be oiled. We're gonna be loose, settle down, and clicking on the cylinders that we need to click on.
Cool.
Last year I just be like, the defense, I knew it, but I feel like this defense is the best part of the team.
Absolutely.
And the thing is, I don't think Drake has played his best ball yet. I don't think our offense has played their best game yet. The defense probably haven't either, but I expected the offense to kind of be a juggernaut. You know what I'm saying? We putting up 35, 40 points a game, 45, and I think we could do more than that.
Yeah. Well, I think that now, with the ground game being so successful, man, like good grief. Yeah. You don't really need to go crazy, man. Nah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What did young blood have last week? Well, on Saturday, 197?
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? Kidding me? And I knew he was a dog. Like, I knew he was a dog, right? Mm-hmm. He was just young and just had to let the game come to him. He put on that weight, man.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. You see that boy shoot through the gap, boy. Somebody in trouble.
Right.
Somebody in trouble.
So, that was a problem. That was the biggest problem, maybe probably the only problem. Blocking. The pressure on Drake May that they had. They was getting to Drake May.
That was more of a schematic problem.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
It was more of a schematic problem, right?
But that can be replicated too, though.
And it will be.
Yeah.
Make no mistake about it.
I'm pretty sure.
It will be.
Motherfuckers watch that. Okay. We got it. Now, hopefully, Mac is doing the same thing.
Yeah.
They figure out how can we...
He probably got Gene throwing some shit up in there at him. Send this at him. Send it at him. Bring your best shit, Gene, so my boys can get right. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Frank Wright is no longer calling plays for your Carolina Panthers.
Thank God.
Who's your OC?
Thomas Brown. Thomas Brown? Thomas Brown? Yeah, I think his name is Thomas Brown. I think his name is Thomas Brown.
Well, is that move going to benefit?
I don't know if it'll equate to wins, but it might help Bryce and getting us out that old school ass bullshit ass offense that we run, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this ain't 1995 no more, bro. Like, stop it. You gotta throw some shit in there, dog. Like, you gotta throw some shit in there, man.
Yeah.
Some new shit. Like, stop fucking running power and, it's just dumb shit. Either way, good. I don't think a head coach should be calling players anyway. Calling offensive plays anyway.
Right. All right. So y'all, let's say y'all get a top 2, top 3 pick.
At this point, it does not matter because
you pick one of them quarterbacks. Do you want one of them quarterbacks?
You saying if we could get back into the first round? Because we don't have first round pick.
That's right. Yeah, y'all don't. Y'all don't. Yeah, that's right. Fuck. Oh, that's gonna kill.
Gave everything up to get Bryce Young.
Yeah. Well, scratch that. Scratch that. Scratch that.
Correct.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we lost one. We dropped one. A tough one. That Browns defense is nothing to play with. I watched the game on the way home. Well, injuries, penalties, bad penalties at that, bad play calling, poor clock management. That shit is all a damn recipe for disaster.
Agreed.
Before it can go wrong. I mean, the defense basically did their part. I mean, you hold a team to 19 points. You would expect an offense like San Francisco to at least get you 21. Minimum. But it happens. I mean, you're gonna get tripped up somewhere. I didn't expect this team to go 16, 17-0 anyway. So I mean,
right.
But I mean, to a PJ Walker led team. but I mean, like I said, with a defense like that, I mean, is the only thing you got to do is not lose the game for the most part. I mean, and we see that with the Jets with what's his name? What's like the games are ugly. That game was ugly, and that was my only thing about Cleveland. I said if they make this game ugly, they gonna win. If it's an ugly game, they can make it like
a scrappy, a dog fight, then they can pull it out.
Yeah.
Because they're a scrappy bunch.
Mm-hmm. All right. What do you expect from the Eagles and the Dolphins this week?
I expect a good game. I expect I think it's gonna start off pretty good, man. I think it's gonna be solid. I'm giving it to the Eagles. I don't believe that the Dolphins are ready or understand the meaning of primetime games, and this is a primetime game.
Okay, all right.
And I don't know if I believe they're mature enough to withstand what the Eagles are going to do or what the Eagles are going to try to do. So I'm gonna go with the Eagles on this one.
Okay, I'm with you. I picked the Eagles, but I think for me, it's it all depends on how physical the Eagles can get with the Dolphins. If the Eagles can get their hands on them and be physical with them, because I think the Dolphins is more of a finesse team.
Yeah,
they want to run past you. They want to run. You know what I'm saying? But if the Eagles, if they can jam them, they hit them hard. They lay the helmets on. Just kind of how we did Dallas from the beginning. First play.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, punch them in the mouth. I don't think Miami does well, and we saw that against when they played Buffalo. Yeah, so I feel like
That's what
that
I'm saying.
to me, that's the difference maker right there. If and like you said, it's a prime time game. So if you know you can frustrate them, knock them off their routes, hit them, rattle Tua, it's gonna be very, very, very. It could get, but we'll see. I expect a good game like you. I'm not too much into Jalen versus Tua hype. I mean,
Yeah, me
hell,
neither.
yeah, all them Alabama quarterbacks was there at one point in time with each other. Him, Mac, both of them and Mac. So I mean, who?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, you know what? I didn't even think about them two were going against each other until I saw it on SportsCenter when I got home earlier. So
yeah,
whatever.
we'll see. I'll definitely be tuned into that one. That'll be
Yeah.
one on the list. What's the game that you want? A college game that you're gonna be outside of us in Virginia that you're gonna be interested in tomorrow?
I'm interested to see how if Penn State can go in and pull the upset off. I like to see that. I want to take a close look at this Alabama and Tennessee game. That's going to be an interesting game. Obviously, I want to see how physical or how Florida State does with the physicality of Duke.
Right.
As crazy as that sounds,
right?
But I want to see how you know what I mean. I mean, because they're going to be fit. Also, too, you got Miami and Clemson, and that might be a sleeper. But I think that might be one of the better games of tomorrow, man.
Yeah,
I do.
That's a revenge game for Alabama. I think they're gonna be extra motivated, but they don't look good. I'm with you on the Duke, Florida State, and Penn State, Ohio State. Yeah, like Georgia got a bye.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I want to see that.
USC and Utah might be all right. Well, USC haven't looked good the last 3 or 4 weeks.
USC defense has been exposed.
Absolutely, but I felt like they was exposed. Probably all year. You know, when they played Colorado, somebody told me, he said, the game probably going to be a little closer than what it should be because USC's D-backs. He said their secondary is terrible. He said the secondary is terrible. He said if the front four, front five can get to Shador, give him problems, it's going to be a long day for Colorado. But he said if Shador get a little time, them D-backs going to fold.
You're gonna slice and dice them. Well, I knew their defense was in trouble when they played San Jose State the first game. And I was looking, because they played the very first game of college football.
Yeah,
they watched. So obviously I tuned in, and I'm just like,
Speaking of Colorado, we can talk about this real quick. Then we'll transition on somewhere else.
Okay.
That 29-point. They had a 29-point lead.
Yeah, 29 donut.
Gave it up.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the way this Colorado team looks now, the talk around it, the surroundings, and just, I mean, from what you see, far as in, everything.
Okay. So, first of all, giving up 29 points is horrible, right? It is horrible, dog. Like,
yeah,
I'd be sick to my stomach if I was Prime. Going into that game, a couple of weeks ago, I was just talking to a couple of my buddies. We looked over their schedule. I did not have them beating Stanford.
I know me and you looked at the schedule too. And what we have them 7 or 8 and something.
Yeah, something like that. But I know Stanford wasn't one of them.
Okay.
So and I didn't. The reason why is because I knew Stanford was going to be big. Pause. I knew they were going to have some hogs down there, on the line, and that could be a little iffy for a team like Colorado,
okay,
who doesn't have a lot of beef on the interior line and on the offensive line and defensive line. So, but they jumped out on them, man, and you know, it was their game to lose, and they lost that motherfucker for sure, right? Moving forward, I don't know how they bounce back from it. Hopefully, they do. Hopefully, now we're gonna see what Coach Prime is made of, and how impactful coaching is, and how impactful his presence is amongst his team.
Right.
Because that's demoralizing. Let's just call it what it is.
It is very, very.
And the way it happened, and some of the plays that that took place,
mm-hmm.
you know, and then you got a team that's watching, you know, the star player get used and abused.
Everything gets magnified, and you know, put that along the fact that people had screenshotted Shador selling merch during halftime.
He's not running that stuff, man.
He's not. Well, he would be a fool if he was, but
he's not. He's a quarterback.
It's like they say, you know, it's a bad look. They said he had already had somebody bring his watch out to him, like right before halftime. I was like, what the fuck we got going on? They showing the video. It was only 6 Colorado players that went out and shook hands with the other team at the end of the game. The other, like, they showed the sideline, all the coaches and the coaching staff, the players were walking down the sideline, going back, you know, down the tunnel. I'm like, damn, you can't have that. You can't have
that. That's unacceptable. I mean, but as far as like the bringing his watch out and all this stuff, I mean, the boy has a brother on the damn team. He has 2 brothers, one on the team and one that does the film and all that stuff, man. Who's to say that the man didn't have his watch in his damn pocket? Right. You know,
Well, no. They actually got a video of a guy coming out the tunnel, like holding, like it's like, I don't know, like they do it like some kind of presentation. Like last year in Jackson State, they used to bring his chain out to him. Like he used to have a chain.
Really?
And they used to bring a chain out, like a big ass chain with a pendant. He used to wear, So I don't know. The shit over there they do is weird. I saw the thing where they said Dion don't require the players or make the players, you know, stand, you know, and sing the school fight song with, you know, after every game, which, you know, that is a college tradition, no matter what college you go to. So we'll see. I mean, you know, winning cures a lot of things, and losing amplifies or magnifies a lot of things. So I guess that's what we're seeing right now.
Indeed.
Good luck to them boys, Dion. I do think well, it ain't no thing. They are gonna get everybody's best shot. Everybody that they play, that's probably gonna be the biggest game that they play all year. And I think it comes down to, are they ready for that? Because they almost have to be on their A game almost every game they come out, because they're gonna get everybody's best shot. You know,
absolutely.
And I was saying this, the whole, you know, he took a 1-11 team and turned them over into blah blah blah. Like, we got to stop that. Because in the same breath they'll say that, but then they'll turn around and say he flipped the roster over and he got X amount of new players. Well, obviously this ain't the same team then. So, it wasn't 1-11 team last year. Right or wrong, it was a 1-11 team last year. This ain't the same team no more. It's a completely different team, and this team is full of. Team has ample amount of 5 stars, ample amount of 4 stars. You don't got no scrubs. I mean, you still got to put the talent together and mesh and get them to, you know, be a key cohesive unit. You know, But you know, this ain't the same team. These boys, and he got some dogs on that team too.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. Blueface said he got head from Meg, dog.
I know. He said it was many moons ago.
Yeah. Why we need to know that?
It's Blueface, dog.
Yeah, it is.
It's Blueface. Blueface, baby. Blueface, baby. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, this clown. I'm not surprised, man. Guys like that, man, that's how they eat. They eat off headlines. They eat off, you know, damn sure ain't eating off his motherfucking rap career. So,
yeah. Well, you know, that bust down Tatiana might still be doing numbers.
Well, it's still yeah, okay. All right. I forgot.
But no, you are absolutely right. He's not well, I guess he's some residual off that, but yeah. Anything new he's not eating off of. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't even outside of that, I probably couldn't even name. Well, I know I couldn't, but damn, Meg.
If it's true.
If it's true, yeah, if it's true. God. Sexy Red is pregnant.
Yeah.
Hey, congrats to Sexy Red. She said she got tired of holding her stomach in, so she just decided to let people know. Damn, Sexy Red is pregnant. Wow. Hey,
she already had.
Yeah, she got kids already, but wow. I mean, it ain't my cup of tea, so it's not much I would say. It's not my cup of tea. But it obviously is somebody's, and of course, I'm not gonna say money plays a part in that, but Sexy Red ain't gonna never hurt for no dick. Duh.
It's not too many women that do, bro.
Nah. Wow. Mm. Those are two things I feel like I probably could have gone without knowing. Blueface got head from Meg, and Sexy Red was pregnant.
Right.
Two things that I probably could have just did without. On to that Kevin Gates shit, right? He's spit in old girl's mouth.
Yeah.
She was pregnant. There's no way in hell. No way. My baby mom can't even come home after that. She cannot come home after that.
Nah.
No.
That's wild. Why you let somebody spit in your mouth?
Yeah, and you pregnant. Now, what if you ain't even like what if that's like your baby mom and you ain't even know she get down like that?
Yo, I don't know. I don't know what I would do in a situation like that, bro. I don't know what I would do in a situation like that. That's wild.
Me neither. Damn.
Yuck. Hey, man. It is what it is. She'll forever go down as the woman who let Kevin Gates spit in her mouth. I guess she's okay with it.
Imagine like I said, like that's your baby mom, and now your child, is a part of that shit just because she made that decision. That's wild, man.
Pretty gross.
Yeah, very. The consequences, like a lot of these consequences, the repercussions come with all this shit, and a lot of it, once you look back on things that you've done in your life earlier, you'd be like, well, why the fuck did I do some shit like that? Why did I do this? Why did I do that? Like, that was some dumbass shit you did, Reg. Like, I'm, think about some shit you did back in 5-10 years ago, maybe even longer.
Right.
And that might be one that motherfucker definitely look back on. For me, it definitely would be. I would never let my baby mom live that shit down. I would. Little funny shit like shit. John Shire just got a 6-year extension. He ain't even did shit yet. The fuck are we doing, Duke? But yeah, I'm like, hey, you let a nigga spit in your mouth lately? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? You carrying my child and you let the motherfucker spit in your mouth.
You a clown.
I saw this headline, Jay-Z. I didn't really read the whole thing, but he mentioned that he can't watch any of his earlier videos because that person don't exist no more, and that lifestyle, like, kind of, he didn't say it, but he kind of said like it's the lifestyle that he's ashamed of, kind of, sort of like the way he portrayed women, and just the drug dealing talk or whatever else. And that goes along, I guess, just looking back on like how you used to be and things you used to do. And it speaks a lot to I guess growth.
Okay.
And to hear Jay-Z talk about it, it's probably not the first time that he mentioned that or we've heard about it, but to hear him talk about it, I mean, it was kind of like, interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can see that because to be quite honest, there's certain pictures that I probably have out there that I would not care to see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From my younger years or whatever, yesteryear. So I get it.
Yeah. I wonder what a Jay-Z album would sound like today. Just him making an album. I'll be interested in that. Speaking of
I'll
that,
be interested in it, but it'll probably sound like shit though.
You think?
And I'm only saying that because like there's an expectation of what we want to hear from Jay-Z. Like, what the fuck is he going to talk about?
True. Well, outside of ownership and money and all the other shit, I mean, yeah.
We know all that already.
Yeah.
And he said the old guys did.
Right. You don't think it would sound like a Nas album? Because Nas has evolved and grown, and you can hear his growth in his music. But I agree with you. I'm sorry, I'll let you answer though, but I agree with you.
You think it'll sound like Dookie?
Probably. Because I like even that last, you know how I feel about Jadakiss. That last Jadakiss album, I saw the growth, the change, and I just didn't like it. I was just like, wow, this ain't the Jada I want to hear.
But Nas, why you said something about Nas? The reason why there is growth in his rap, and he can talk his shit because he do got some money, but Nas still has this way of staying down to earth in his rap. You know what I'm saying? Some way, I don't know how he does it, but if you listen to Nas, when I listen to Nas, I forget that this man is a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
Not off rap.
Yeah. You know and people don't know that. People don't know about, yeah.
I forget that. I forget that. You know what I mean? This dude's, what he made, like, what do you make, $100 million off a ring or some shit like that? Yeah. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? Like, but when you listen to his raps, you will get lost and forget that, oh shit, this man is really, so he still has a pulse in the streets, and not drug dealing, but just real life shit. Whereas Jay-Z, I think it would be very, very tough for him to do that if he's not talking about selling coke.
True. Well, what was the last 444?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
but he was talking about
one of my favorite albums.
Why he was kicking some knowledge shit, but we wanted to hear him talking shit. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's a certain type of rap that you want to hear from Jada. You want to hear him pop his shit.
You're right. Speaking of music, I came across this thing, 25 years of Money, Power, Respect, which the Locks. So they're doing 3 dates in the DMV area: Norfolk, Richmond, Baltimore. Which one?
Which one would I go to?
Yeah.
The closest one would be Richmond for me.
Shit. November 24th, 25th, and 26th. Right around Thanksgiving time. Man. Yeah. I would have made that ride. I would have made that ride. When is Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving is the 20. Yeah, they tripping, dog. 23rd. 23rd. Wow. 23rd. Yeah, if anything, I would go to the one on the 26th on a Sunday, but no. You got any thoughts on like every day it seems like it's some new shit that's coming out, a new clip, a new article, a new statement from Jada or about Jada, something that she said.
Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah, Jada Pinkett Smith, Shakur, Alcina, whatever it is, all that shit, whatever. Like, because we kind of talked about it last week, and just how would it go if it was your wife or your partner or whatever else? Is it disrespectful to at this point?
Yes. Yes, it is. If you ask me, how it's dirty work, man. In my opinion, it's dirty work. I mean, some may see it as therapy, some may see it as, her telling her truth, so whatever the case may be. But at the same time, like, you have to think about, I believe you have to think about, your partner.
Right. Okay. So that's what I was going to ask you. You got
Now, though they are separated, they've been separated or whatever, but still, like, you don't throw your people up under the bus, man. You know what I'm saying? I got plenty of shit to say about, some of the things that happened in my past relationships, but I'm not going to kiss and tell. I might give a little bit and that's it, but I'm never going to throw anybody up under the bus. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just can't do it.
Right.
It's not right.
How much do you put on Will in this situation?
I'm not
at some point he got to stand up for himself, right?
Maybe.
But if he just sit around and support it and release statements like he did the other day, like, hey, I support Jada and blah, 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 blah. I mean, making it look like, earlier he just posted a picture of him and her together hugging, celebrating somebody's birthday. I guess it was either her mom or his mom. One of them. Okay, yeah. So, I mean, from the outside looking in, it looked like he don't give a fuck about this shit. He ain't phased.
Right.
But, obviously he don't look like he care, and I don't really give a fuck about it. But as a podcaster and us, it is something that's happening, so we are kind of obligated to talk about it in a sense.
Yeah. No, I like I said, I think it's dirty work, man. I think it's nasty, man, and I don't understand why she's doing it, but she has her own reasons. It is what it is. You would think that Will Smith would come out and be like, yo, you got me fucked up.
Yeah.
But there again, we don't know what type of conversation they've had.
Right.
And we don't know what if this type of shit, how much he knew was going to come out, or what he knew was what she was going to talk about. We don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But from the outside looking in, bro, it's nasty work.
It is. If one of your exes came to you and said, "Hey, look, I got a book that I'm writing, and you will be in it."
But first of all, it's not that simple. You will be in it. Let's talk numbers. It's not that. No. Can I be in it? Is that what you're saying? Oh, well, maybe. Let's just talk. Let's. I'm a numbers guy.
Okay.
No, but seriously, if it came to that, it would be tough. Like, at the same time, like, you got to live in your truth. While there are certain things that I've done in the past that aren't necessarily cool, I'm not that person today. So, shit, all right. But you ain't doing it for free.
No. Oh,
you ain't my name.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't know how that conversation would go. But yeah, I mean, do they honestly have to tell you? No. I mean, I guess you can find out when the book comes out, but at the same time, I'm with you. Like, don't kick my back in to make money. You know, if it's something that you're not gonna expect from me, should there be, I guess, rules or unwritten rules for once you and that person split up. I guess when it comes to shit like that, hell, obviously they're I guess they're split up, but they're not. I don't know what the fuck they are because she said they have been separated for what 4, 5, 6 years, something like that.
Some crazy.
Like
I thought it was 7.
But when the August Alsina shit happened, she said, what was the word? Entanglement. You can't have an entanglement if you're not together.
They were living in the same home, I guess.
Right. Yeah. But yeah. So I don't know. The math ain't mathing on a lot of that shit. But yeah, I'm with it. Like I'm not like we're not gonna do the book shit. Because I do feel like it's something, you know, when especially with kids involved, because you know, depending on what happens, what's put in that book, it could damage a lot of relationships.
Yeah, agreed.
Outside of just you and that person, like you and family members, you and kids, you know what I'm saying? A lot of fallout that can happen from that shit.
Agreed.
I
agree.
Jada got to do better, man. Jada got to do better. Do it make you look at her different?
Yes.
Me too.
Yes.
Me too. A lot. I just think it's it's dirty and it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. I feel like you could tell your truth a different way, but I do also feel like a lot of things aren't for the public too.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it. Like she is or was or however considered a crown jewel amongst our culture. And I think a lot of it had to do with how we did not the image that was portrayed. The image that was portrayed once upon a time was Will Smith is her husband. They have beautiful children, and that's just what it is.
Right.
And we knew Tupac knew her. Yeah, we knew that they was homies, shit like that. But then when you start expressing this, that, and the third, and all this about them and all that crap, you know, then it's like, wow, shit. Okay, well, sweetheart, you ain't gonna respect your man that's here right now.
Yeah.
And you know, and as that started going on, then you start looking crazier in the face. Now, on one end, you're like saying exactly what I'm saying now, as far as you know, looking crazy in the face, but also too, maybe she's taking an approach of showing that she's just like everybody else, and she put draws on just like you do, and have issues and go through shit just like everybody else. But a part of that lifestyle is the image that you have. Let's just be clear on that. So,
very true. Does it change your view on Will? And I guess it comes down to how you viewed him. I mean, if like you was like, oh, Will's that nigga, or Will's a tough guy, or whatever else. I mean, but I don't think none of us
for me, it shows me that it makes me respect him much more.
The restraint.
Like, cause who the fuck?
Yeah.
Who do you know that's letting that shit ride?
Damn sure not me. It'd be a camera in my face every day. I'd be, you know, I have cliff notes. I'd be like, so let me answer this right here. Okay. I'll be addressing all that shit.
Let me address the elephants in the room. It's a motherfucking stampede in this bitch.
Yeah. A whole elephant safari out this bitch. I would be all that should be we would be addressing.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, page by page of her book. You saw the whole thing with the Cheesecake Factory thing, the date?
Hell yeah, I saw that shit.
All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk. So for viewers, listeners, that aren't of the know of it. Lady went out with a guy, and come to find out he had arranged a nice date for them. When he came to pick her up, he came to pick her up at the time that he said he was gonna come get her. She wasn't ready. They ended up leaving an hour and a half later than what they was supposed to be there. The plans he had were basically fucked up because of the time they left. So the restaurant they were supposed to eat at, they didn't make it there. Alternative for him was a Cheesecake Factory.
Okay.
Problem number one is, well, we'll get to the problem. The alternative was a Cheesecake Factory. She wasn't having that shit. She said, in a lack of better words, or long story short, she said, "I'm not a Cheesecake Factory type bitch." Look at me. Look at me. Do I look like I eat at the Cheesecake Factory? Would you take somebody that look like this to the Cheesecake Factory? Yeah, because you're there. But let's talk about it.
Okay. So this is what I think, man. First of all, call me what you want to call me. I've been to some of the best restaurants around, right? I don't think there's anything fucking wrong with the Cheesecake Factories.
Me neither.
And I've been to Steak 48. I've been to Nobu. I've been to these places, right? Like I've been to top-notch shit. You understand what I'm saying? But I don't think there's anything wrong with the Cheesecake Factory. In fact, the last time I went to the Cheesecake Factory, many moons ago, I took a young lady on a date to the Cheesecake Factory. And guess what? She enjoyed every moment of it. And this motherfucker was bad. That's neither here nor there. That was nasty work, man. You know what I'm saying? Like embarrassed dude. But like you like, do I look like a Cheesecake Factory type chick? Like what the fuck? I don't know what what that means. What the fuck does that mean? Yeah. Guess what? When you're not with me, or you know, whenever you feel like it, if we riding around and you want some motherfucking hot McDonald's fries, you ain't gonna say, "Oh, well, I ain't no McDonald's fry type bitch." You gonna go get them fucking fries, right? So, like, miss me with all that, dog.
Yeah. The fact that she was recording already let you know it was some bullshit about to happen. He walked around to open the door to get her out, and she's just looking like, you know, like, nah, like we ain't doing this. But yeah, I'm with you. The Cheesecake Factory to me, is nothing wrong with it. Actually, I was just there for Mother's Day. We ended up going to Cheesecake Factory for Mother's Day. Nothing wrong with Cheesecake Factory for me.
Probably had a good time and some good food.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it for me. Listen, it's hard. Like, man, like, guys, you have got to stay away from women like that. You have got to. If first of all, for this guy to, you know, just like she's giving him her time, he's giving her his time. You know, so for him to want to take her out to get to know her or whatever else, I mean, you should at least show some kind of appreciation. You know, if you don't like the Cheesecake Factory, say so. You don't have to record that shit. You don't have to, because she went hard on him too. If we had enough time, because it would be a little boring. I would play the whole thing, but it's a little long. But she went hard on him.
But his response was A1.
Yes, right, absolutely, and he deserves a lot too because he kept his composure.
His response was A fucking one.
He kept his composure. But
he begged me because I probably wouldn't even took her ass home.
Right. Yeah, you're gonna have to call him from here, from right here. Tell him come pick you up at the Cheesecake Factory.
All right, cool. Like, how about this though? All right, well shit. I probably would have hit her. Okay, we don't gotta go inside. You don't have to go inside, but get out the car and let's just talk. Man, that motherfucker got the car would have said, well, this is what the fuck's going on. I'm about to go to Cheesecake Factory.
Right.
You can sit out here outside of my shit, or do what you gonna do.
Right. I'm about to go enjoy me a nice meal in this Cheesecake Factory.
I mean, I would have finessed so sweetheart. Okay, got it. I got it, baby. Just step out the car. Let's just talk for a moment, me and you. I would have finessed it. As soon as she got out of that car, hit that line. I'm fucked up.
She'd have heard the horns. Yes, she do. And the fact that she recorded that shit is even more, and then had the nerve to put that shit on social media, like, the majority are going to agree with her.
And they did not, from what I saw.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely. And they did not.
Nigga, dating is so scary like right now, this time and day, like just trying to get to know a motherfucker, doing some shit like it's like you never know what the fuck you're gonna get, dog. This shit like reaching in the damn Cracker Jack box looking for that prize at the bottom. Like you don't know what the fuck is, like, because you could run into that shit or you could probably meet the night, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's just so fucking weird. Like you would like I said, you would think that, you know, that gesture of taking somebody out. Like if a woman took me out, hey, look, I want to take you out to eat somewhere. Regardless of where she take me, if I don't like the restaurant, myself, I can pretty much find something in any restaurant that I like to eat, even if I don't like the restaurant. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't eat pork. But unless it's just a restaurant that got nothing but like pork in it. But I can find something to eat in just about any place, regardless if I like the place or not. I don't like fucking Cracker Barrel. I don't eat Cracker Barrel. But I'm pretty sure if I go in there and open that menu, I can find something else like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I just think, you know, that's a part of being a human being. You know, having what is it? Is it compassion or whatever else? You know, just a sense of humility or humanity. You know what I'm saying?
Humility. You got it right.
Yeah, but
she ran the fuck out on that, man. Like, and then to be quite honest with you, I would have loved to see what her body looked like, because for what I saw in the pic, baby, you're not that cold.
Yeah, I would have loved to too, because so I can see. Cold. So I can see what a Cheesecake Factory bitch look like, or one that's not a Cheesecake Factory bitch. Like
Cheesecake Factory around the corner where I live from, we having killers in there. I
probably do.
And Siri agreed with it because she just gave me a thumbs up too.
I bet you it do. I bet you.
Cut it out. Cut it out. Trick.
Also, there was a lady that went on a date and she ate 48 oysters.
I didn't see that.
I didn't see it. Well, I saw a little bit of video, but I saw more.
48 oysters, bro.
48 oysters.
Oh shit! Who's the bill?
Listen. Just sitting there watching. I don't know what the fuck I would have did, or what I was just like, damn, baby, like
what oysters? Oysters come out what 12 a set, 12 a plate.
I don't know. I don't eat them.
I think they come out like 12 a plate. Them shits ain't cheap, cuz. She ate 48 of them, cuz.
Slurping them shits down. Okay. So if you're on a date with her, your first date, and you watching her, what thoughts are going through your head?
God damn, baby, you put them down. Damn. Get you a meal or something, baby. Damn.
Yeesh. Listen.
You ain't gotta eat all that shit. You gotta eat your whole meal. Get your meal.
I don't like the smell of them. Like, I could only imagine how she probably smelled later on. And that's just me. Like, because that shit gotta probably come out your pores and skin. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. 48 is a lot.
48, if anything, is a lot.
Yes.
Human consumption.
Jesus. Yeah. So let's say you go out on a date. Y'all are waiting on the appetizer. Order drinks, right? Next thing you know, she didn't order about 5, 6, 7 shots before your appetizer drinks came out, and she's fucked up now.
Faded.
Yeah, she's fucked up. What are your thoughts? Is that the last date, or is you know? Are you even waiting for the food? And you like, baby girl, I think we need to go ahead and call this a day.
You said 7 shots?
Yeah. However many shots it take her, she's now fucked up, and the food ain't even touched the table yet.
You know what? I have a way with words, but you know that already. I have a way with words, so I'm gonna figure out like, what's the backstory on why you drink so goddamn?
What's the backstory of why you drink?
I'm gonna dig a little deeper, Rich.
Damn, man, you had a bad day? What's going on? It's the first date too now. It's the first date.
I heard.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So before I throw your ass to the wolves, I need to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, are you going through something? And, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, like you trying to mask the pain, like, or do you think I'm just a sap and that you gonna run it up on me? Right. I need to know, and I'm gonna figure that shit out. I'm definitely gonna try to figure it. Fuck that.
Yeah. I would it take up. I would have to
I know how you are. You gonna be looking like you might text me mid-date like, nigga, this bitch.
Oh no, bro. Man,
it shouldn't be that funny, but it's funny.
Yeah, I don't know if it. Oh man, will we have a second date or not? I don't know.
She probably fucking with you. She probably dead fucking with you.
Yeah, we have to definitely understand like what's going on. Like I've been out on dates with women that was like, I don't really drink. I don't want nothing. Let me get a what you call it. I'm like let's have a shot or two. But now, I like the moderation. Maybe like you ain't gotta like don't overdo it. But we cool. We can have a shot or two. I like to go out and have a drink here and there with a.
So what if she has these 6-7 shots and then she pays?
So it ain't really about the money. Now
I know it's not about the money because I know you got a couple dollars, but I'm just asking you.
And she pays? I mean, I think the big
I think
the better question is, what if she had 6 or 7 shots and she ain't even faded? She ain't even faded. She look at you like, you want to get another round? You like, And then yes, that question still applies. Like, got something you need to tell me? Like,
yeah, I can throw him back. But I ain't throwing back no 7 shots nowhere.
Yeah, especially before the meal come.
Yeah, 7 of them. If I'm throwing back, and I can drink, if I'm throwing back 7 shots, nigga, I'm trying to go up. It ain't no dinner setting. I'm trying to go up.
Damn. Yeah, she get 7 and she's still like shaking that shit off like it wasn't nothing. Yeah. Would the type of liquor matter? Like whether like if it was like, women for the most part, anytime we order shots, women gonna always say, let's get some Patron. Like that seems like the go-to tequila.
Tequila.
So what if she was throwing back like some Hennessy or some shit? Maybe some bourbon. Is there a particular one that you can think of in mind that like that just might escalate that shit to where you might be like, I don't know, like, baby girl, like I might have to get the fuck up out of here.
If you throwing back 7 shots and he ain't I'm looking at you like, bro, what, bro? Bro, Hennessy is not in my opinion, Hennessy is not a drink that you just like. I can count on one hand how many times I drink Hennessy a year.
I probably can too. I don't fuck with it no more.
Seriously.
No more.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just because anymore, right? Just because now I know what it'll do to me. Like that ain't it. That ain't it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. Cool.
Yeah, she ordered like some bourbon or something. Hey, let me get some Woolford Reserve or something. Shit. Yeah, I would so I saw the this clip, this guy had went out and I think he took like $150 with him to go out with this that was his cap. And before the food came out, I think she had already ordered like probably $100 worth of stuff, like whether it was drinks and appetizers stuff, you know what I'm saying? And he let her know, like, hey, blah blah blah. Like I put a cap on first dates, and of course she started recording him, called him all kind of names. This broke ass nigga had the nerve to ask me to go out. I only got $150 or $200 in his pocket. But he was like, no, I got more than that in my pocket. It's just that's what I we getting to know each other first date. You know, I don't think we have to order $200 worth of food.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
but no, me neither. Listen,
I mean, it's pretty smart.
I think you just gotta know, kind of like know your audience, know your crowd. I just think you gotta know. But that's a part of the getting to know somebody process. Because I can do the simple things. To me, that's probably some of the most memorable times anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like I've done, we've talked about it before. You've mentioned some of the simplest things that a woman has done for you that was just like you'll cherish forever. Versus you didn't been flown out, you didn't have motherfuckers take you to another country and it might not have meant as much. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
Like,
key to my heart is white tees and Nike socks. I can do everything else myself.
Yeah, I'm with you. So this ain't really on Jada, back on her, but I wanted to talk about just we can talk about exes, also as well as being transparent with your kids, and I guess should there be like post-relationship rules? So as far as in the being transparent with kids, I listened to this podcast. I'm not going to name it because I'm not going to get nobody promotion on our shit. But they were talking about so this lady has said that she was with her child's father for, I want to say 3, 4, 5 years. During that time frame, they was in a toxic relationship. He used to beat on her. One time, he sent her to the hospital, and at this time she was pregnant with their daughter. She was pregnant with their daughter. He beat on her so bad that she thought that, there was a chance that she was going to lose a child, which she didn't. Fast forward, the child is born now. I think the child was like 5 years old. She said that she don't want any she wants to stop, I guess, generational whatever. But so she wants to tell her daughter what she went through with her father. So her daughter does not go through the same thing she went through with men, as far as in beating, beating on them, all the other stuff.
Okay.
Is that valid?
Yes.
I think it's valid, but so let me wind. I forgot this. All right, she goes on to say that the father is an amazing father. She could not, it's just they didn't get along together. They wasn't a good. But as far as in being a father, she couldn't ask for a better father to her child. The things that he do, how he treats her, everything.
Okay.
So now I don't know if that adds another dynamic to it, to your answer or not, or changes it.
It doesn't change mine. I think at the end of the day, you should, when it comes down to your kids, man, you should be able to stand on any type of actions or anything that you've done. So for me, I put myself into it, and when my children ask me why I'm not with their moms, I'm going to give them my side of it. I'm going to tell them what I did wrong because of who I am. Mm-hmm. Right? Automatically going to do that. Now, if you got another story, you got what you got going on, you're going to say whatever it is that you want to say, then that's cool. But I'm going to make sure that I tell my children, if that ever comes about, what I did wrong in those situations. Okay, so full transparency. Yeah. And I get that. And so I think that's your right. Your right. Yeah. Not their right to say, well, look, I think they should afford you the opportunity. Like, hey, I want Skylar to know blah, 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 blah. Do you want to tell her? Or I want, so I mean, I don't know. I looked at it as in, as far as in him, it should be his story to tell. If you don't want to tell the story, you can still tell your daughter about these type of men to stay away from without using dad as example. Because who knows, she could take, that to that little girl, dad could be her hero. Right. Mom could tell the girl her side of the story,
And always know there's 2-3 different sides of the story. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now the way she tells this story, this girl could never want to fuck with her dad again. Dad used to beat on mom, blah blah blah. So I feel like that should be, I guess, kind of his story to tell. But I do think you could tell that story without, especially if dad is a changed man. So whatever you went through with your exes, I went through with my exes. We are not the same person no more.
Mm-hmm.
But it might be something that you don't even want to relive or talk about. Because you might be like, so, and it's not what you did, but if you was the one that was putting hands on your ex, you know what I'm saying? That might be something you never want to talk about again. Like, because that is a time or part of your life to where you was like, listen, I wasn't the nigga I am now. That was the worst version of Dre.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't blame you for being a little hesitant to, if you do want to be as transparent with your kids as you want to be, not telling them that part. If you talk to Skylar, you like, look, never let a man put his hands on you. Yeah. Never do this, never do that. If it was me, I would have, of course, it's your past, and you should be able to, I guess, talk about your past. But a lot of people ain't ready to, and that being that part of it. I mean, I could understand why.
Yeah, I understand both sides of it. I think if it came to that, and I feel like both mothers of my children would afford me the opportunity to, give my side of the story first, and not and take the high road. I mean, honestly, in some way, shape, or form, or fashion, the way the human mind is set up, a vast majority of people in any situation that goes left, they feel victimized. So,
right, victimized. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. So, with Passion, I think Passion was maybe 13, 14, maybe, maybe 15, might have been. But we were just talking one day, and she asked me, what happened between me and her mom, and at that time I was like, well, it's not really anything for her to know. That's how I felt about it. But
okay,
unknowing, her mom already told her that I cheated on her. I had a baby out, I had a baby on her, while we were married and all this other stuff, and because I told Pastor, I was like, well, maybe one day, we all can get together and talk about that. And she was like, well, mom already told me, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what's she telling you? And that's what she told me. So I'm like, well, all right. I guess we have to address this because that's not what happened. Did I have a child was born? Yes, but we were separated. We were waiting on divorce papers to be signed, which she didn't want to sign, so that's why we wasn't divorced at that time. We went
right.
Like a year and a half of being separated. And finally the judge, they was like, well, she's not gonna sign them, so we just gonna grant you a divorce. But we were separated. I was in another relationship, and that was the story. But without me telling Passion that, it looks like, okay, well, we got divorced and blah 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 blah. Shania was born and blah 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 blah. So I guess dad did cheat on mom and have a child. But no, that's not the truth. In a sense, like, yes, a child was born, but me and her, mom went together. And for the longest, I felt some kind of way about that. But
Right.
now, me and her mom had never talked about it. I never like, why you tell her that? Which I probably should. I guess it's probably too late now. Water under the bridge. But we don't have a bad relationship. We talk when we see each other. Hey, how you doing? Hug. Whatever else. And that's it. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, now looking at it, it is different. I think we can have them conversations. But like I said, at that time, I felt like, this is a child. She don't need to know.
Well, also too, with passion with her, her situation with Luna and the father of Luna, it may not be a thing that needs to be talked about because now she understands that sometimes two people just don't mesh.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I don't know. That would be interesting. I mean, just I guess having these conversations and talking about it, and I guess how transparent you want to be with the kids, because I do feel like you can touch on a lot of the things, but some of the things like they probably don't need to know.
Yeah, I get it.
Because there are probably some things that you like. You never want, if it was a cheating issue, you don't want your mom telling. Well, your ex telling your son like, well, I don't want you to be like your dad because he don't know how to keep his thing in his pants, or he don't, he just feel like he got to have more than one woman. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny that you say that because my mom never talked about that. And when I asked my mom many years ago, she just said it just didn't work out. We just weren't right for each other. It took for my dad to tell me what the hell he had going on, and what he did and what he didn't do. You know what I mean? And listen, he and I had a conversation about that last month. It wasn't the first conversation, but it came up last month. 38 years old.
As a if our fathers like so let's say our fathers were the type that I was born in that, I guess, that had multiple women. Like they cheated, they did this, they did that. Now, if they have that conversation with us as younger men, do you think that plays a difference in you stepping outside of a relationship? If as a young man, your dad tell you, listen, son, don't cheat on these women. Like I did it, I went through it. That ain't what you want to do.
I think it'll probably have I think it would have a different outlook on how I grew up or how I was, because and I've said it on this pod before. I've seen my dad, I saw my dad, do what he did when I was, 5, 6 years old. No, he wasn't with my mom, but with his wife at the time, I saw him.
Yeah. I don't know how much if like I don't know. I mean,
so it's what I saw. So it's what I knew.
Right. I mean, in hindsight is 2020. Well, but I don't know how much of a factor. Not saying I mean like men are just predestined to cheat is gonna happen, but I mean, you have temptations and all this other stuff, and I mean I don't know how much of a factor it would have played. I mean, but there are things like as a child that was told to me, and it's kind of like you stay away from that, and I have stayed away from it. So if
certain shit.
Yeah, if a man telling us at a young age, hey, this is how you supposed to treat a woman, or do this or do that, don't do this.
Yeah,
I can see it. I mean, it could play, a big factor into not being faithful, not stepping out on your woman, or cheating.
possibly.
We always talk about raising boys right, and teaching them how to be a man and treat a woman, and everything else. And we have talked about this before. I honestly, yep, we have. But they never talk about teaching or showing, not necessarily showing, because I think that's kind of weird anyway, but just the girls, how they should treat a man.
Okay.
Like for our boys, we tell them, hey, you're supposed to open the door for your mom. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to do that.
Okay, so what's your question?
What is the flip or the reverse for? I mean, because I didn't. There's nothing that I told my daughter as far as in, what to expect or how they should treat a man.
But you told them how a man should treat them.
Yeah. That's bad, huh? Well, not bad, but I should be explaining. If I'm explaining one, I should be explaining the other.
Yeah, because I mean, I still have time, right? Me and my daughter haven't crossed that realm of talking about boys and stuff just yet. But I mean, yeah, I guess it is important to let them know. Don't just throw it off on the moms and shit like that. I think it's important for us as men to tell our daughters what to look for or how to treat a dude that you are into. I think the reason why we don't is because society tells us that if you treat a man a certain way, you are subject to letting them in a certain level of vulnerability, which in turn will cause heartache or heartbreak or whatever you want to call it. So, I mean, but
could it be too because we really don't want our daughters out there dating? We want that precious flower to keep being that precious flower until they are 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Maybe.
Of course. But it's a reality. But reality is humans are humans, man. Shit. Ain't no way around it.
Yeah. I mean, and it's not gonna happen. And I'm pretty sure all fathers want to feel that way. Like that's my girl. Like I don't want her. But the reality is once they're gonna start finding, boys attractive, interesting, Yeah.
Right.
Should there post-relationship rules? If there were, they would be unwritten. But do you think there should be?
I think it's a respect factor, man. I think we already discussed it.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. Yeah, respect factor, definitely.
It's a respect factor in it, man. I don't know about rules, but I think there's a respect factor in it. If you're gonna tell about my situation, the biggest thing for me, or usually, if I'm talking about somebody and it's something that's like just downright like to slander their names, 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to include their name. Right. Just for them to save face, you know what I'm saying? Just something that I'm gonna do, but everybody not like that.
If you
I think that's
go ahead.
I think that's the only thing.
If you go out with a girl, you get to know her, woman, you get to know her, and she's like every time she speaks about her ex is always something negative. Is that a red flag for you? Like she'll never have ex-husband, she'll never got nothing good to say about him.
Well, I'm always thinking when someone tells me a story about what somebody did to them, I'm the first thing that comes to my mind is, well, what did you do? I always think that's just the way I think.
Back to the rules. You got a favorite spot? You used to always take your ex there when y'all was together. Y'all used to go there, do whatever, play pool, have drinks, whatever. How do you feel about now you going to your favorite spot and she's still going there with her new person?
We already talked about this, but
are we gonna add this to the rules or no?
Like that's
that could be looked at as being messy too.
Yeah, it could be messy.
Could be.
It could be messy. It is what it is, man. I don't. If it's our spot, I can't really say that I'm taking someone to our spot. I can't really say that.
True. Being that we got children, I have met Shania. I have met her mom's husband, and during the gender reveal for Luca this past summer, Pasha mom was there with the guy she's talking to, I met him, and basic, well, me and Shania's mom, her stepdad, we talk. He texts me here and there. He asks me about shoes. Where can he find some shoes at? Whatever else. We have a decent relationship conversation. But
Okay.
I don't feel the need to like really, really get like super cool with these guys. I don't know why. I just don't care to.
Okay.
But
Well, I think you do know why. And it's okay for whatever reason that it is. It's okay. Like certain. Hey, at the end of the day, it's not. If it's not necessary, then it's not necessary.
That's
if you don't find it necessary, then that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Now, so in Shania's part, I feel like there does need to be a level of relationship because my daughter's living in that household. They're in there. And he's married to her mom, so he's kind of there 24/7. They're in the same house. Passion mom, I'm like, I don't know, but Passion's out the house too. She's a grown. So that don't necessarily care. Is it? So when meeting these guys, so have you had to go through that yet?
I have. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
How'd it go?
The first go around with Skylar and the guy that she was dating, and I guess that they were going to get married at one point.
Mm-hmm.
He and I had a conversation on her birthday, where he actually was like, he came to me, he was like, well, I'll just tell the story real quick. She had a birthday party down in Newport News,
Mm-hmm.
and so I traveled to Newport News. I knew he would be there. Actually, they had a party with her, with my daughter and his son, because they're about a week apart as far as birthdays go. So they had a party together. So obviously everybody was there. And I was chilling, I was cooling, it wasn't no big deal. It is what it is. Like, I'm in here, whatever. And I was getting ready to leave. Like, once the party was over, and the guy comes over and say, "Nah, man, you don't have to go nowhere." It's like, "Man, everybody's coming over to my house. Oh, you're more than welcome to come to the crib. Like, you ain't, you know what I'm saying? You're welcome."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "All right, cool." So I go there, we speak, and the gist of the conversation was, "Man, just understand, like, I'm going to treat your daughter like how I treat my son, dog. Like, and that's just what it is.
Right.
Like, you don't worry about me disrespecting your kid. You don't got to worry about me disrespecting the relationship that you have with your kid, because I understand that you are present."
Mm-hmm.
And that was that.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, you don't expect anybody to say anything different.
That was that. So, as far as
Go ahead.
as far as Adonis and his mom, I haven't had the opportunity to meet the man that she's involved with. It's funny. They were at a wedding, and when we were at the game, actually,
Mm-hmm.
they were at the South Carolina game. And I got a phone call, and it was, obviously it said her name, but when I picked up, it was dude.
Mm-hmm.
And he was calling me because I guess Shonda was busy at the time, and Adonis was just cutting up.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing that what she knew to do was, "Hey, call his dad."
Okay.
And she wasn't able to call me, so he called me.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me, he was like, "Yeah, well, I'm calling you because, she wanted me to call you because, he just ain't, basically, your son.
Yeah.
So he on one right now."
Okay.
And I respected it.
Mm-hmm.
I respected it.
Mm.
Because rather than him trying to reprimand my kid and all that stuff, it wasn't that. And I salute his mom as well for like, well, now call his daddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I respected that.
Let's laugh a little bit, man. All right. So what if you like get introduced to one of these guys, meet them, and like the first conversation is like, "What's up, nigga?"
They say that to me.
Yeah,
What's up, nigga?
yeah. Do you take it as confrontational, or is just like, okay, like, oh,
It
nigga,
just all depends
right
on.
now?
That could be so many. That could mean so many different things, Reggie.
Absolutely, yeah. It
Am I pulling my britches up or am I putting my hands out? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Depending on how.
automatically when you meet like a nigga, especially if you're taller than him, he probably gonna size you up already anyway.
For
And you
me,
probably sized him up already too.
yeah. For me, yeah. You are. I'm gonna go through that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go through that. It never fails, bro. It never fucking fails. Why you talking about? We talking about size. It never fucking fails. So I'm used to that.
Mm-hmm.
I expect it. Because like I said, it all depends on what how it is. Like, what's your
Yeah. Like, but it's kind of an off guard type thing too. Like you kind of like, hold on, I don't know how I'm gonna react to this. Like, cause
yeah.
it could be like, well, I don't know. You tell me what's up, nigga. Like, the fuck you mean what's up?
Yeah,
Or
that's what I'm saying. It
cool,
all
I'm cool. What's
depends.
up with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna start off. You know, first time meet somebody with "What's up, nigga." I'm not gonna do that.
No,
I'm not gonna do that. I don't give a damn if I don't care who it is. I'm not gonna do that.
Uh-huh. I would not. I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
That's wild. What's up, nigga? On the first meeting.
What's up, nigga? Like,
What's up, nigga? What's up, nigga? What you mean?
heard you like the Tar Heels. What's up, nigga? Now, so that might be kind of inviting, kind of sort of like.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that might be. Yeah, that might be. But even with that, you said I heard you the Hills fan. One, I already know I'm a Hills fan because my son got Hills shit in his room.
Mm-hmm.
So, so you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
is that even with that? That's sensitive. We sensitive when it comes to that. So that might not be a good
yeah.
off.
You true?
Because it's like, yeah, nigga, and what?
True.
Yeah, nigga.
Or you might ask him where he's from. If he might be a Duke fan, you might go. Okay,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, right.
Saying this shit.
Right. So that's not the right approach.
Nah.
What's going on? What's going on, homie? Is fine with me.
Yeah. What's up, nigga? Yeah, like, nah, we ain't doing that. Yeah. Yeah. Nigga, you so we have said this plenty of time where we've talked about, our past and we have cheated, messed around.
Yeah.
And I guess we been funny, silly. But have you ever like it's happened and you have beat the allegations before?
Yeah.
So how does it feel when you beat them allegations? For you feel like you on top of the world, you know what I'm saying?
Nigga felt like OJ, nigga.
Yeah, like
nigga felt like OJ for real.
Nigga, like when they come with all the supporting facts and documents and you done slipped into Perry Mason mode and like, well, look here, let me, you know what I'm saying? You didn't explain this shit and beat all the allegations.
Yeah, like I said, I feel like OJ though.
Top of the world. Listen, that's I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, man, like, because we was talking about I saw my homeboy. He was just telling me like, man, like, listen, man, I like. He was basically because he's a big karma guy. He was talking about karma, and man, I just hope like some of the shit that I put women through. Like, I hope my daughter don't go through that. Blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. Man, I don't think about that shit. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Because if it happens, it happens. Like, because we listen. Life is gonna fuck us some way or another. We gonna get the best. We gonna get the best of it. We gonna get the worst of it. I already know my daughter and Passion has been through it. Passion has been through two bad relationships already, and they were probably her first two meaningful relationships. Wasn't the best.
Yeah.
But also in the same breath, them niggas wasn't me. Like the shit they were doing, it wasn't like no goofy shit I was doing. but that's goes more to the type of guy Passion likes too. Now had she ran into a motherfucker like me, then it would probably have been different. I'd be like, oh shit, I know this nigga about to put her through the damn ringer. But
Yeah. If Passion met, I get it. Because I know Passion. So if Passion would have met a nigga like you, Passion might have been in trouble. Cause
Jesus Christ.
But thank God,
that
she did, or maybe she did. You just don't know about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because Passion is so big hearted and caring and loving. Like, God, I don't know where she get that shit from. Her mom like that. No, her mom ain't like that. No, but
I don't know. I know whenever a scholar, when it comes down to Scholar and her receiving her first heartbreak or whatever it is, she gonna take it. I would imagine that she would take it pretty rough because, even now, I'm giving her all the tools to be a killer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At 10.
Yeah.
So imagine what it's gonna be like in 5 years, because I'm not gonna stop.
No.
But I do tell her, like, I throw out a disclaimer that even though, daddy's telling you this, that, and the third, what to look for, the red flags, or whatever the case may be, it's going to be a knucklehead that weaves through the cracks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He
gonna have the cheat code.
Yeah, he's gonna have a cheat code.
Always one that's gonna have a cheat code.
Because he gonna know how to make you smile. He gonna know how to make your heart flutter. He gonna know. Mm-hmm. He's gonna know.
Yep. Yeah.
He's going to know. He's gonna know what type of candy you like.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. He gonna know how to pull at them strings, them heartstrings.
Shit.
Yeah. Motherfucking Pepe Le Pew. Be out here, just wooing your daughter, boy. It happens, dog.
Just time out here, thank you.
Sweep her right off her fucking feet, and you know what? And it's gonna be, daddy gonna teach all the game, tell her everything. It ain't even gonna matter. You could be teaching her on the fly, giving her the playbook while it's happening, and.
Nigga, you don't know what you're
talking about. Yeah, daddy don't know what you're talking about.
Nigga.
Yeah,
you're right. All right,
yeah. Exactly. Yeah. All right.
It'll be here for you.
Yeah. You're gonna need it.
It's room here.
Right. You're gonna need it. Yeah. But let's what else we got? We don't think we got too much else we talk about. Yeah.
That's right. Close it out then, man.
Yeah, let's close it out. Let's get out of here. Yeah. Unapologetic Truths. I'll be trying to get these. I'll be asking people to send me questions and shit that listen. This goes back to a conversation we had. We was talking about dating somebody that like outside of our norm. I think that was the last episode we did, dating outside of norms. So someone said if you was told the person told you that you are not their norm, they're trying something different. Does that change things for you? Like no. First go around, their first date? No,
it doesn't change things for me, man. I think, especially at this age, and not even at this age, it doesn't even matter. Like I think I'm at a point in my life where I am who I am, dog. You know what I'm saying? And it's very, very important for people. When you say in relationships, I'm talking about relationships. I'm not even going to talk about romantic relationships. I'm talking about relationships, period. It's important for people to know who I am.
Right.
I'm not going to front. You know what I mean? I'm not going to front. Like, am I viewed amongst different groups as some, different by other people, by different groups? Let me backtrack. I'm pretty sure I'm viewed differently in my different social groups.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. I'm pretty sure that I am. And that's for some of them, and that's okay. But ultimately, the core of me is the same.
Doesn't matter how she tell you. Whatever she's like you say, I don't fuck with niggas like you. Would that change something? You be like, what the like?
No.
Let's have a conversation. What the fuck you mean?
We can have a conversation about it. Because 9 times out of 10, like, you know, if you're telling somebody that you're in the beginning stages of a romantic relationship, so that person doesn't even know half of you anyway.
Right. If I was told that, I honestly, I'm not gonna say it would change things, but I might pause a little bit just to see it. I might, you know, okay, well, this probably or might not go nowhere then, you know, being that I'm not, you know, what she typically likes. Because usually in my mind, usually people start to find or tend to find things that, you know, they don't like, or, you know, yeah, I knew I shouldn't, you know, because everybody always says or start to say, well, you know, I try to give a motherfucker a chance, and that I would normally not fuck with, and, you know,
right.
This nigga couldn't even put the toilet seat down all the time. Like, I don't know, it's just always some shit with him.
Right.
Feel like that sticks in the back of my mind. So I was not saying it would change it, but I might be a little more like less, I guess, committal to whatever we got going on until I see, okay, this is potentially all right. We going somewhere. We moving.
Okay, I get you.
Oh wow, I know who asked this question too. When you have a homeboy, hold on, they worded this shit wrong. All right, so you got, I'm gonna try to put this in my own words. You got a homeboy or homeboys or whoever that don't have dick discipline.
That don't, okay.
They like everything. They're always trying to fuck everything.
Okay.
When hanging out, are you well, I guess how do you handle that?
Shit, man, we grown men. What the fuck? What you do is what you do. If you ain't got dick discipline, 9 times out of 10, you don't need no wingman. So they don't got shit to do with me.
Right. I think, well, I think sometimes that person could probably be a liability too, depending on it. But that's knowing the relationship with them, because, you know, there's a lot of motherfuckers that'll backstab you for some pussy.
But wait. What you're saying and what I'm thinking in my head is two completely different things. So I'm not thinking about it from a standpoint of them backstabbing me. I was looking at it from a standpoint of us being out and about and them shooting they shot at everything and what effect that has on me and the woman that I'm dealing with and what she views. It.
Well, so I think the other it can play a factor in that too, far as in, okay, you know, this guy don't have no, like, so he's going to, when it comes to pussy, he don't have any like self-control. It's all about pussy for him. He could be the guy that he might shoot at your lady behind your back if he feel like he got the opportunity. Or when you out, he could be shooting at everything. You could have a homegirl that, you know, come out, and every time you got a homegirl come out, he's always trying to holler at the homegirls. He's making them feel uncomfortable, and they like tapping you on the shoulder like, Dre, what's up with your homeboy?
Yeah, I think that's some clown shit. I mean, even if you are the guy that shoots at the homie's homegirl, like, I feel like you should dress it up to the point where, like, you let her decide, like, and it's always a woman's choice. But still, you know what I'm saying. You know exactly what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Nah.
Yeah, I think it's knowing the person and knowing the crowd, like because I think like you automatically know, like, when you go to certain places, okay, this might not be Red's type of place, so, you know, I'm gonna tell him I'm going out, but I ain't gonna, you know, this might not be Von type of place, this might not be Reg's type of place, this might not be XYZ. So you know who to invite, who to tell, where you going. Not saying you're not gonna tell them or invite them, but you're gonna let them know, like, hey, this is da. But if you know, like, you got a homeboy that he just can't help himself. He gotta try to holler at everything. He's always trying to get some pussy, always thinking about pussy. And you like, well, I got the homegirls out with me tonight. They don't go for that shit. So yeah, I'm probably gonna let that nigga stay where he at. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's okay.
That's knowing that whole thing.
Yeah, ain't shit wrong with that, though.
Nah, fuck nah. But yeah, so I think in that aspect, I think sometimes that guy can be a liability. Now he can also be an asset too, because if you're a single man and he trying to shoot at everything, it's all he might just open some doors for you.
That's where that wingman comes in. That's where that wingman. I said that's where that wingman shit comes in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What scares you? What scares Dre, Reggie, most about relationships? I'll go. I think for me, it is I guess reciprocation. Because I feel like we've talked about this. I feel like I'm in a space to where I'm ready to be with one person, settle down, love on just one person for the rest of my life, not worry about all this other bullshit, because all this shit gets redundant and tired. You know what I'm saying? We, at our age, we done been there, did that, so finding somebody that I guess is your person and they reciprocating what you are giving because you feel like you're ready to give, everything that you got and be that, complete person for this person. So I get let me backtrack. Starting over. That's what scares me about relationships. Having to keep starting over.
I think what is scary to me is being wrong on you think you found the one, being wrong though.
Yeah.
Being wrong.
Yeah.
That's scary, man.
Especially after you put time and effort into it. And and it just happens to not be, yeah. I'm with you on that one, brother.
Yeah, I think that's it for me. For sure.
I'm with you on that one. If you had an ex call you and just like, listen, I gotta get some stuff off my chest. I see you out, you're having you're in a relationship now, and you're treating this woman the way that I always wanted you to treat me. Why wasn't I good enough? Would you be able to have that conversation?
Yes. I would. With no problem. Because 9 times out of 10, it probably wasn't necessarily you. It probably was whatever I had going on.
Yeah. Oh man. I could have it. But wow. I haven't had that call. I don't need a call. I don't need that one, but because I'm not the whole I need closure type person either. And honestly, I don't want nobody calling me wanted to have closure, which that may sound selfish because that person, the person probably they may need that to carry on or continue, I guess to get into a space to where they can date or give the next person their all. Damn, well, that'd be some fucked up shit if I did that, huh? Like I can't move on until you tell me like what was it about me that made me not be enough for you. Wow. And I'm like, don't call me with this shit. Like, let's close this shit out, dog. Baby, don't call me looking for closure. That shit ain't here. Oh God.
Well, man, man, shout out to you, big dog, for keeping this thing afloat, man. Shout out to the home team. Shout out to my support system for always being there, man. Shout out to the great state of North Carolina, man. Just gonna always have a place in both of our hearts. Shout out to my babies, man. Shout out to the Hills, man. Keep doing your thing, man. We behind you. Every week in, week out, keep on telling these boys, showing these boys what it is, man. We play ball in Carolina too,
Yeah.
And it's always, mental health is real. Myself and Reg, we may not be subject matter experts when it comes to it, but I can assure you, before you harm yourself, when you harm others, please tap into Unapologetic Pod on Facebook and or IG or individual IGs and or Facebook, and I can assure you, we will get you the help that you need. Other than that, big dog, you already know what's going on with me. Different toilet, same shit.
Absolutely. I appreciate you too, my man. Like, share, subscribe. Glad we can go ahead and get this out, knock this out. But yes, the great state of North Carolina, we are there and we behind y'all 100%. Man, it just feels so good when, we already know what to expect basketball season, but it just feels so good to be able to pop a little shit during football season. It's a different feel. You know what I'm saying? It's a different feel.
It is. My daddy, I talked to my dad last night. He was like, yeah, well, my dad likes, and I get it. So my dad follows Oklahoma Sooners football.
Mm-hmm.
And he follows that because he spent so much time in Texas outside of Austin. Okay. And, being as that, the Horns run shit around there, him being from a blue blood state or rocking with a blue blood team, I can see why the disconnect. He probably doesn't feel as though it would be right for him to latch on to the Longhorns being, you know what I mean? It makes sense. Yeah. And then you got Mac Brown like leaving and then going back. And we talked about it last. So I get it. But even last night he told me, he was like, I'm never going to root against the Hills. But to say that I've been tapped in to their football as long as you have, I can't say that. Right. Because this goes back to me being a little boy. Yeah. So anyway, but it's a great feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like we were saying in the stadium the other day, like, are you not entertained? What more do we need?
Point blank.
What do we need to do?
Yeah, simple as that. But yeah, it's a different feel, different like talk. Because of course, basketball, we can always talk that shit.
Yeah, no matter what. Even if we suck, we still talk that shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, football is a different feel. But I kind of feel how Smurf felt last year when Alabama basketball team was running through motherfuckers. Like, that's some uncommon shit for them. Like football, they can talk that football shit all season, all the time. Even if they got a bad year, a down year like now, they can still talk like, listen, motherfucker, we done ran off about 6, 7, 8 chips in the last 12 years.
I gotta come on Aries Sports, man. And
he said that.
And holler at Smurf and see what he feels about how he feels and his views on what the Hills are doing and how he feels. I want to know how he feels we would match up against them. That's what I want to know. I want to know what I've talked to one Alabama fan, but I want to hear somebody who I actually respect their opinion when it comes to sports.
Okay. We might put that together. We can put that together. But he actually said we gotta have you back on. We got Ayana on, but I would like to hear that too. I like to hear that.
I want to know. I want to, because again, it's you and I, right? We we're on the same side of the fence. Yeah. But the rest of the country doesn't quite know that this has been in the works. The rest of the country doesn't know what's been happening for years, not just last year or the year before. What's been cooking for years. They don't know that because the expectation is for us to drop the ball, but we have not dropped the ball. It doesn't look like we will. True. I'm just saying.
And he been
now.
watching. He been
I know
watching.
he has to.
Yeah.
That's because he likes football.
Mm-hmm.
So he has no choice.
Right. And with saying that, put some respect on Drake May's name. They got to do that. They got to stop playing with Drake. Stop playing with Drake. Stop playing with Drake May.
I'm not even gonna say nothing else about that.
He should be the first quarterback. He should be the first quarterback that comes off the board. My opinion. But I'm what do I know? I'm just a Tar Heel fan that watches Drake May every weekend.
Yeah, which is a basketball school.
I watch Caleb Williams too. So I mean,
you know. I mean, at the end of the day, you look at different shit. I mean, whether it panned out or not, I mean, hey, the last time we had a quarterback go crazy, I mean, what did he go to?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, however, but put some respect on Drake May's name. But yes, you know, I appreciate everything you do. Everybody else too, all my family, friends, loved ones, supporters, all of them. I appreciate y'all continue to rock with us and support us. And listen, I got merch. For those that ask. I got to get it out. Dre, I got some more stuff for you. I picked up a little a run, and old boy was like, "Look, I got some misprints and all this. He's like, you can have all this stuff." He gave me some shirts. I think I got a couple hoodies, but I know it's some shirts you can wear around the house or work out in, whatever you want to do, in like some extra shit. Yeah. So. Yeah, I forgot to get them posters to you when we was up there too, but I got them.
Oh, good.
But yeah, but as always, we're unapologetic, we're unfiltered. Y'all know who it is. Dre, Reg, we are out of here. We'll talk to y'all next week. Peace.
Take it easy.
You know what it is. Thanks for listening to another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.
Better follow me.